Before we get started, I would like to thank you for joining our workshop today. As you know, that we host workshops every week on Thursdays from 8 p.m. IST. So all of those folks who have been joining again and again in our workshop, thank you for joining us. And anyone who's new to the workshop, welcome. Um, Before diving into the whole demo and a lot of things on agent, quick intro about me. I'm Aharna Haq. I am the developer advocate at DronaHQ. I'm a big time community enthusiast and I build agents most of my times. I also write content, I write blogs and things like that. All right, enough about me. A few quick assumptions I would like to make here. Since today, as you might be knowing, that we will be building an AI agent for HR operations, specifically for the recruiting folks. So I'm expecting that a lot of folks here who have joined today's workshop might be from HR background, might be from other non-technical background. So that's why I have broken down complex things into very simple concepts so that it is graspable and it is understandable by anyone and everyone. For folks who are already much pro at this, have already built their first agents, might be onto their nth agent in this workshop, feel free to pick up the pace. We have also provided a guide link, which is the source code for everything. There you will get the link to sign up on our agent platform, where you will be getting first $5 worth of AI credits for free, which is equivalent to 2,500 AI credits, which is, trust me, a lot when you are building use cases. And you'll also get the link to sign up and log into the agentic platform where we will be building agents. Apart from that, we have broken down a few simple concepts there. So let's quickly start with what are really agents, right? We have heard this agentic AI and all of these terms being thrown around, and a lot of hype in the social media and the market of IT, and rightfully so, right? So if I had to, explain agents in one line, I would term them as an orchestrator. They are they get our task done. They have brains like us humans, which are basically the LLMs on one side, and then on the other side they have hands by which they achieve and perform those tasks. For example, they have like different tools, different third-party tools, different inbuilt skills, different knowledge bases, semantic query, you name it. All of that which is required to perform autonomous perform actions autonomously without much of human intervention, but it does call for human in the loop whenever it is required. Yeah, that's all about AI agents. It really can be a great assistant. And in the market of AI agents, we are no more software programmers. We are no more software developers. We are more like software managers if we are working with our AI. If AI is our co-worker, then we are more of a manager, more of a supervising all of the tasks that are being performed by the AI, you know. All right, so that's mostly about what is AI. So once you click on the guide that we have provided in the uh, chat section, you can just open it. That is the first link, and once you open it, it'll take you to this page. Just give me one moment while it loads. I hope that my screen is visible. So this is the page with the agent guide, and this is the source code for everything, all of the links, the instructions, the tools that you need to add, even the prompt samples, we have all provided it over here. So make sure you keep a note of this. And so once you click on this, from here, you can just sign up. While I am going over these concepts, breaking the complex terms into very simple one-liner, descriptions, you can just quickly sign up. Sign up with your work email. That'll be great. And then once you're done, you can just launch your builder. It's a quick intro about me as we've gone through it. It's a quick intro about DronaHQ, and also you can check out our website, our agentic platform. Apart from that, these are a few concepts that agents usually use. So while we are building agents, I'm going to be using these concepts very frequently, these terms very frequently. So let's go over it very quickly in a very simple manner. So firstly, instruction, right? So instruction is more like a system prompt that kind of guides the purpose, the goal, the task, the sequence of execution of the agent, right? Second is tools. Tools basically enable the agent with capabilities. You can attach tools like, let's say in HR, you can attach Workday, you can attach Zoho People, you can also add Gmail, you can add different communication platforms like Teams, Slacks, and various other tools. We have close to 1,000 ready third-party tools, along with our connectors, databases, APIs, inbuilt tools, and all of those things. Next, we have is knowledge base. Knowledge base are basically some static files in form of PDFs, texts, documents that the agent needs to read. Now, knowledge base is not as simple as maybe single page document. Knowledge base can be really a vast and a very large document of, let's say, 50 pages, 100 pages, 200 pages, right? And for a human to go over that over and over and over again, it can be pretty difficult. So which is where knowledge bases really come in handy for building those retrieval augmented generation agents, or RAG agents, as you might have popularly known them. Next comes the guardrails. Now, guardrails really becomes the backbone, keeping it all together for agents that are for production, for enterprise level agents, right? So, for an HR agent, you wouldn't be expecting an HR agent to answer questions on politics or on, let's say, your favorite football team. You wouldn't expect the agent to answer all of these queries, right? So guardrails really puts the agent in place, sets the tracks of where the agent should, walk, and which paths it shouldn't take, right? The fifth becomes triggers. Now, triggers are basically the wake-up call for the agent, right? Now, triggers can be in different format. It can be based on the chat. It can be on a new ticket that you have raised anywhere. It can be on the new email that you might have received, okay? Things like that. And finally, LLM, which is basically the generative AI, which becomes the brain of the agent. Like we in human, we have the brain, the LLMs acts as brain for the agent. I hope that so far these mini concepts have been super clear to you. Do let me know if you have any doubts throughout this workshop. Put them in the comments so that I can solve them instantly. All right. Now, before diving into the demo, the whole build, I quickly want to show you a few diagrams that I have pulled. So just give me 1 second. So, I mean, we all have heard about AI, agentic AI, right? Now, what does this really mean for us? Okay. It means that we have become from developers to more of managers, right? And if you have to really categorize, break down the whole artificial intelligence into phases, the first phase would have been, the traditional machine learning, the traditional automation, rule-based, which is predetermined. For example, if X happens, then only Y happens, right? But any of the undetermined or unusual edge cases, if it were given to that traditional automation or machine learning, then the machine would not have worked or given you the results that you would want in that situation, right? The next part is where the AI, the intelligence really comes into play, right? So initially, if you also have to break that down, right? Initially, in this stage, the stage one is where you were being assisted by co-pilots, by ChatGPT, by Gemini, by Claude, by any of the co-pilots that you might use for any case of generation, right? So that's called generation AI. Okay, generative AI. The second phase is where the agents come into play, but in silos, in a fragmented format, right? Here we do not have the access of agents across every cross platform that we use, which can be a little hectic for someone who wants to build enterprise level agents, has multiple software spread across a lot of platforms. That gets solved in phase three, the mature phase. Basically, the agent don't work in silos anymore. They come in a centralized platform where they can tap into any of the integrations that you might already be using, any of the database that you might already be using, and make your work very easy, very autonomous, and super smooth. And that is exactly where DronaHQ also comes in. So DronaHQ platform has the is the centralized hub where you can connect all of your existing connectors like databases, APIs. You can plug in your third party tools, and you can use some of the inbuilt skills to develop your agents that are production and enterprise ready. All right, then you can also we also offer the features of tracing, observability, monitoring, so that you know where your token, your credit usage go, how well your agent is performing, and how often do you need to like tweak your agents throughout the whole development process, right? That's about it. And we have at DronaHQ, we have tried to abstract most of the complicated logic that goes in the back end, more of the technical side of things, so that you can focus on the business logic, right? Just building the business, and rest we take care of everything. And today's speciality, I would say, is the fact that we can build an end-to-end agent for recruiting teams while writing 0 lines of code. And yeah, that's what we will see in the next few minutes. Okay, so this is a quick diagram that I've pulled for the for understanding all of the agent concepts, how the agent works in layers, right? So as you can see, these are some of the interfaces which are basically enabled by triggers, and it connects to the agent, which as the orchestrator. Within the agent, we have planning, we have multi-agent coordination or multi-agent systems. We have guardrails, observability, traces, and all of those things. Next, we also have the LLM, which is the brain of the agent. We have memory. Now, memory really becomes important when you're trying to build context-aware agents so that it can remember the user, the agent preferences, and all of those things. Next, we also have the knowledge base. Comes in handy while you're building some RAG agents, have some vector databases attached, plugged into your agent. And on the side, these are the section of triggers. And we have tools as well, which has MCPs, APIs, databases, connectors, SQL queries, and third-party tools. All right. So let's take a look at the agent that we are going to build today. As you can see, I heavily use generative AI, specifically ChatGPT and Claude. But yeah, this is the diagram of what we're going to basically do today, so that it's easily understandable. All right. So at first we have, so just take a moment and think, let's say you are in the recruiter team, right? Or let's say you are applying for a job. Now you can apply for a job in 3 ways. First is go to the company page, go to careers, and then apply from there. There is a form. Secondly, you can directly email them with your resume, with your skills, and all of that proof of work, and directly send an email, right? And the third part is you can apply for the job via the HR. where the HR will directly go to their company portal and upload your resume, and like which mostly happens during like referral situations. But yeah, that's mostly the three broad ways that you can apply for a job, right? Now, once you have crossed that stage, once you have applied for the job in any of those three methods, comes the AI recruiting assistant or the agent, right? And it checks if you have reapplied within last 6 months. If yes, then like this can differ company to company. Some can have 90 days, some can have 1 year. Okay, it depends from company to company. Next is if you have not reapplied, if your application is fresh and new, it is going to parse your resume to create that resume in a more structured format, which the machines understand. Next, it is going to do a job matching, basically comparing your resume with the job description that is already there and finding if you're a good fit for the role or not. Thirdly, it is going to do fourthly, it's going to do a risk and a gap analysis of where are your strengths, where are your weakness, if at all it can be manageable by the candidate or not, right? And for the ATS scoring, we have the candidate scoring, basically scores your resume. um, and once that is done, if you have a score of, let's say, more than 80, you get shortlisted. If you are in the mid zone, in the middle zone, you are marked for review, where the HR has to intervene and decide about the next steps. And finally, if your score is really low, you get rejected. This mostly happens at every company for every HR team, right? And finally, if all goes well, your summary has been generated for the HR, and then your candidate information gets stored in the recruiting candidate database, and your interview call gets scheduled, right? Now, this process alone could take, let's say, 2 hours or 3 hours per candidate application, right? Here is where agent really fast tracks all of that process, so that you need less manpower, more kind of supervision. But yeah, it really fast tracks your whole recruitment process. The resumes which are flawless and really fits for the role can get quick interviews, while others can stay in review or can get rejected according to their score. Okay, now the whole scoring system, the analysis, the application check, all of these can depend from company to company. I have taken a few terms which you can follow, or maybe just modify the instruction according to your company. That also works. All right. Now, okay, we are good to go. So I'll just head back to the agent guide. I hope that so far it has not been a problem to understand whatever I've been trying to say. I'll just take a 30-second pause to answer any of your doubts if you might have. Let me just quickly check the chat. Okay, I think so far so good. I think we can continue. Since mostly we've been talking about concepts, let's get into building as well. So this is a quick agent instruction. You can just copy from here. That'll do it. But apart from that, this is a quick description of the agent that we are going to build. That's it. So at first, we are going to, once you have done your sign up, launch your agent builder. It will take you to a platform like this. This is our admin console. Just give it 1 second to load. Okay. So as you can see, this is our admin console. we have built a bundle, bunch of templates for you as well, for you to quick explore. Otherwise, you can build your agent from scratch as well. So what you're going to do is, once you're in the admin console, once you've launched the builder, you just quickly click on create agents. So once you click on create agent, it is going to open a new canvas for you. Before you shift your screens and move on to a different tab for building this agent, let me quickly show you a demo of the agent where I have incorporated all of the three methods that I've been talking. Um, the three methods, as in, you can apply from career page, you can also apply from let's say the email, or you can apply directly via chat option as well, right? So for that, let me quickly share my screen. Okay, just so you know, this is the whole architecture of the agent that I'm going to show you now. So let's quickly take a look. Okay, so this is how my agent looks like at the back end. I have named it as Recruiter Assist, and I have selected the model OpenAI and 4.0 model. The temperature has been at 0.5 and max iterations has been 1. Okay. And here are the instruction. Now the instruction, as you can see, this is kind of the summary of the instruction, right? Also, you can reference to the agent architecture for further knowledge on this agent. For the tools section, I've added quite a few tools, as you can see. I have added a Gmail, Google Drive, Google Sheets, URL parser, file parser, time, calculator, web search, Slack, and Google Calendar. So let me quickly, tell you what it is going to do. At first, it is going to check for, let's say, this is the step 1 where the agent is going to check if the candidate has submitted their resume via the career portal or via form, right? So in this case, I'm using form, but you can use career portal as well. That will give you the same kind of working. And from there, it will fetch 3 things, which can vary from company to company again. For the demo purpose, I've kept it super minimal. So first, it is going to fetch like candidate name. Secondly, the position they have applied for. And thirdly is their resume. Okay. Now that gets stored into the database. For the demo purpose, I've used Google Sheets as my database. And that's one way, right? Second way is the email-based application. But before that, let me show you the whole first part of the process, right? If you're sending via the career page or via form, you would have to add this trigger. So let's say I am using the form in this case, right? So my form will collect the responses in a Google Sheet. And for that, I have added a trigger called new rows in the Google Sheet. So whenever the candidate applies, a new row has been will be added in the Google Sheet, right? And that will trigger the agent for further resume analysis and candidate detail analysis. Okay. So if I quickly show you this part, let the trigger load. Yeah. As you can see, this is how it looks like. So from here, we have the form responses 1. Here is the spreadsheet ID, which you can get from the URL, and start from row 2 because the first column is meant for the headings and stuff like that, right? And once you have done, you can select your environment, your account, and then you can just save and publish. And that's going to do the job for anyone, any candidate who is trying to submit their resumes via candidate portal or via form. Okay, great. Next step, the next way the candidate can submit is via the email. So candidate can directly say, hey, I'm applying for this position, here's my resume, and can just send the email. What this agent is going to do is, this agent is going to get triggered whenever it receives a new email in that filter. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If I open my Gmail, I have created a different label called hiring, where all of the new application for hiring positions kind of collect there. So let me share this tab. I hope that my screen is visible. So as you can see, here is the hiring label. And let me open this. Just give it a minute. Okay, as you can see that here, all of the hiring emails that come for job application have been stored here. Now I have fetched this label ID and I have just, added that in the trigger. So if I head over to my trigger section right here, you will be able to see that I have added a ready trigger. So you just go ahead and click on ready trigger. All of the ready triggers are available over here. You just click on add new Gmail messages received. So whenever you receive a new message, it will get triggered. And in the label ID, you can just add the label ID over here. And the query can be has attachment. So the resume kind of comes in form of attachments, right? In PDF and docs. So yeah, once you're done, select your account and save and publish. That is the method 2. And the third method is the chat option, which we are going to explore today further in this workshop. Okay. So once you do that, after you've received the resume from whichever method, it is going to parse that resume and, make it in more structured format. And then it is going to match that resume against the job description that you have, which can be, let's say you have applied for front-end developer role, and that job is obviously posted in a career page, right? So the agent can retrieve that career page information for the job description, make it structured, and then match with your resume to find comparisons and if you are a fit for that role. Okay. Now for that, you just can attach the URL of the career page in the knowledge base itself. Otherwise, you can also go ahead with a structured job descriptions stored in the database. That also works completely. All right. And once that is done, it will do skill mapping. Like with for the scoring, for the ATS scoring of your resume, it will do the skill mapping and normalization. Basically, I've just added a skill ontology to normalize all of the terms. And then it is going to do like a candidate scoring engine. It will score your resume. If it is more than 80, then you're a great candidate, great fit for the role. And further, it will schedule the interview with the candidate and the HR and send you the link and the candidate summary in your communication channels like Teams or Slack. I'm using Slack in this case. In the next part, if you're somewhere in between, then you are marked for review, and the HR will take a call on whether they want to schedule an interview with that candidate or not. And thirdly, is easy. If the candidate is not a good fit for the role, the score is really low, then the candidate will automatically get rejected. So that's some time to take your resume and check your ATS score. um, Okay. And lastly, what this agent is going to do is that once it analyzes your resume, it is also going to find your strengths and weaknesses from that resume. If you have any, red flags, like let's say a career gap or things like that, and it is going to, let's say, if you're a good fit for the role, it is going to, generate an interview bundle where in that interview bundle it will have like 7 to 10 questions suggested for that particular candidate based on their experience, their skill set, their projects that they have worked with so far, and the current market trends. And so that the HR doesn't have to, the HR or whichever team is in the hiring interview doesn't have to really, go over their resume all over again, can just get a gist out of it. And that's about it. And after that, if the candidate is selected, we have made employee onboarding agents previously as well. So yeah, you can just attach that agent and you're good to go. Almost most of the things are streamlined for you, right? Through intelligent automation. Great. All right. So now it's time to quickly get back and build our agent. So for this, I'll just head over to my guide and copy my instructions from here. You do not have to worry about the databases that you need to connect or whatever. I have incorporated all of the database links that you will be needing in this case. Just make sure that you include your email in the HR section. Just give me one sec. Yeah. So as you can see, we have copy pasted the instruction from our guide. You can do so as well. If you want to tweak it a bit, you can do it by yourself, or you can just go ask ChatGPT and it'll give you the perfect instruction. And once that is done, you are literally halfway there if you have sorted your instructions out, because instruction really provide the purpose and the goal and the way it needs to be carried out. Right? Okay. Just a quick check that I would like to do. Okay. In the one thing that I would suggest is that in the interview scheduling, just make sure that in the HR section you include your email. Okay, so that you can see whenever the interview is scheduled and things like that. So I'm just going to include my email over here. You can do the same for yourself. And next is we are going to add all of our tools. So for tools, I'm going to add. So since we are not really, using the first two methods of job application in this workshop, because that will take some time, but as I have shown you in the demo as well previously, we are going to make this agent as a chat first agent. So for that, you select from Gmail, you select the send email toolkit, and if you would like to scan resumes or allow candidates to send you job applications via email, then you can also just go ahead and select has got attachment, and that will do it, and then set up the trigger, and that's it. Okay, just allow me some time. Let's add inbuilt skills till then. Let's add web search, because that is going to help the agent research about the market trends and ask employees like interview in the interview with the candidates. Okay. Next is I'm going to add calculator for the scoring system. I'm also going to add time so that it can add the timestamp for whenever we receive the application. Okay. And next we are going to also add file parser and URL parser. So these are the 5 inbuilt skills that you need to add to your agent. and we've added 5 inbuilt skills. I just take a bit of pause to check if anyone has any doubt. I would like to solve them. Do let me know. If you have any doubts after this workshop, you can mail them to me at aharna@dronahq.com, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, also while you're building all of these agents, as you know that artificial intelligence has really gone up in the market. So I would really advise you on posting all of these as proof of work that you have been building agents, and share your learnings. And if you are doing so, posting your agents that you have built on DronaHQ's agentic platform, make sure to tag us at the rate DronaHQ, and also, if possible, tag me. I'll be very happy to celebrate all of the learnings that we do together. Okay, great. Next, what we're going to add is we're going to add from the ready tools. Okay, from the ready tools, as I said, you can just add get Gmail attachment if you're opting for analyzing candidate job application via email. I am going to skip this one for now, and I'm just going to add send email. One second, I must have missed it. Uh, yeah, okay. After a lot of finding, we finally found our toolkit. So send email, and next is we are going to add our Google Calendar. For Google Calendar, okay, we have it right over here. You can just add a like quick create event, or just create event. Any of the two will do. Yeah, we have found create event. Next, we're going to also add Google Drive, and I will tell you why we are adding Google Drive. Uh, and next, we are going to add Slack and Google Sheets. So here the Google Sheets are my database, but if you already have database in your Zoho people, or in any other internal databases as well, feel free to add them via connectors or via ready tools. We have them all. Okay, so in spreadsheet, add a batch get spreadsheet, then append one sec, yeah, append values, and then also update values. Okay, so these three are the tools that you would need from Google Sheets. Next, we're going to add Slack. One sec. In Slack, we are just going to do like a send message. So, like, I'm assuming that my HR teams are on Slack. That's why I'm using Slack. But if your HR teams are on Microsoft Teams, you can add that as well. No worries. Okay, yeah. One sec. Yeah, okay. Send messages. It's done. Yeah, got it. Send messages, and that's about it. Okay. Quick tip is that you just add all of the toolkits that you need, because if you're adding more than necessary toolkits, it really doesn't help your agent more. Importantly, it kind of burdens your agent. Kind of like if we had like 20 hands, that would really add to a lot of our weight, right? So yeah, let's keep our agents really minimal and add only those tools that are going to be required, right? Um, so I was talking. Okay. So if you're analyzing, if you're receiving job applications via career portal or via form, basically the first method, make sure that you not only add the career page or the form. Basically, I'm using forms, so I've added Google Sheets because that is where my responses are getting stored. Along with that, I have also attached Google Drive, and I'll tell you why. Actually, let me show you why. So as you can see that this is my database for collecting my form responses, and the moment the candidates upload their resume, they are stored in the URL Drive format, right? So for this, we would need Google Drive to fetch this file and then use it in our resume parsing process. So for that, uh, if you can see on my screen, sec, let me scroll it up. Okay, as you can see, so this is basically what guides how we receive the candidate job application from the forms, right? And here, as you can see, that after fetching the resume URL, the agent must use Google Drive to download the file from Google Drive, and then it is going to extract the file ID, which will help the agent to parse the resume that has been received. Okay, so make sure you add this if you are going via this method. Although we are not going to show it or use it in the workshop, but I have already added all of the instruction in the guide, so that while you're building agent, you can build the full end-to-end agent where it accepts all three methods of job application receiving. Okay. Great. Now back to our agent. So our agent is almost ready. We have added all of the necessary tools as well. Let me do a quick check and then we can go ahead. Okay. I think we have, yeah. Perfect. Next, what we are going to do, and this is very important, where I often at least make mistakes, is that make sure you attach your account. If you're, signing up for the first time, you can just click on add account. And from here, it is a two-step authentication process. Just click on connect Gmail via auth. And this will connect with your Gmail in two simple steps. Just click on, the button and you will be good to go. Since my account is already connected, I'm going to go with the already stored account, which is test AH. It is selected, so I'm just going to cross it out. Next, we have the Google Calendar. Yeah, okay. We have HANA test here as well. Then we have Google Sheets. In the Google Sheet, I'm going to attach my account. Okay. And lastly, we have Slack. Now, one quick thing is that let's say your HR team has 3 people, okay? And they are responsible for handling different candidates, right? So how would someone who's let's say supervising that team would know which HR has handled which candidate? For that, we have a feature called require individual user login, so that the agent knows which person is handling the agent for which information, and each candidate can be handled via different HR from the team. If that is not the case, if you have one man army for the HR whole recruiting team, then it is fine, then you do not need to enable this option. But if you have like a big team and each person in the team is responsible for handling a particular candidate, then this option really becomes useful. So as you can see, this agent can really scale from a small team to a very large team with multiple members in the team, right? Okay. Next, let me collapse this. Okay, next we have memory. So you can enable this long-term memory. Now this kind of helps agent to remember the user preferences and agent context. Okay, the agent context really comes from the feedback and the instructions that we have given, while the user preferences are mostly the feedbacks that us as humans or users provide while we are running that agent for the initial times. Then the agent would know that, okay, my user likes to let's say run this thing in a certain manner, or via this step doesn't want too much intervention, or wants too much intervention and wants to supervise things like that. Okay, so you can manipulate all of that. So I would enable the user preferences part. And in the knowledge base, skip me one. We are also going to attach knowledge base, and let me tell you what we will be having in the knowledge base. So let's say you have a job description that is on the career page, then your agent will go through retrieval augmentation to kind of structure all of that information and then do the resume comparison, right? But let's say you have a structured knowledge base where you have uh, a structured document rather in the knowledge base, where you have the job description, something like this. Now, this is not the usual case, but if this were the usual case, then you would be needing to attach this in the knowledge base. Okay, so that this is like a static file where each job description kind of has the required skills that you need, along with the experience, the minimum and the maximum experience, responsibilities that a role can adhere, and some weight for the required and optional skills, and the interview focus, right? So I am going to attach this knowledge base to my agent. And let me show you how I do that so that you can do it as well. And this knowledge base can be found in the instruction itself. So you can just attach it to. So I'm just going to click on ATS knowledge base. And if you are creating a new knowledge base, then just go ahead and click on new knowledge base. And next, from here, you can just select files from your drive. You can also link your URL or just submit it as a PDF static file format. That will do as well. Okay, you just name it here, and once you have named it, you can just open it and it will look something like this. Okay. I have used URL for the convenience, but you can go ahead and use Google Drive as well for your exploration. Now back to the agent. I'm going to attach the ETS knowledge base. And all done. We are all good to go to test our agent. We have attached a lot of tools, I think close to 9 tools to this agent. This is the biggest agent that we have built so far. And yeah, right now let's check it out. For the prompt section in the guide itself, you'll be able to see that I have given you a few of the dummy resumes that you can use if you're building this agent along with me. So if you just scroll down from the long agent instruction, these are some of the resumes I have given. These are some resumes that I've just taken out from ChatGPT itself. And yeah, just if you just click on one, it will help you, download the resume. So yeah, okay, download. And let's say we are going to test with Rahul Mehta, right? So I'm just going to head over to my agent and I'll just open the playground option. Okay. And just give me 1 minute. Okay. So as you can see, we need to upload the resume. So for that, I will head over to my chat interface where you can manipulate all of these features. So in the chat interface, you can just click on allow file upload and save and publish. And that's it. Go back to your agent. Attach the resume. You can just add like, okay, you can just click on download. Let's say he is applying for senior back end role. Okay. And that's it. And I'm going to press enter. And let's see what our agent does. Let me expand this chat interface so that you're able to see. Okay. So it has generated a response. So as you can see, the resume that we have uploaded, the file parser has gone through it and then, retrieved if we have any duplicate applications in the last 6 months. Uh, we do not have Rahul Mehta's candidate application for the backend job. So then next it is going to parse the resume and start processing it. As you can see, it has extracted these details, all the skills, the experience, and all other details. And as the next step, it is going to take like job description retrieval and structuring. We can just click on or say just go ahead. You can just say check knowledge base and that'll do it because we have already attached our knowledge base with the agent. Done knowledge base search. Okay. All right. Let's go back a bit. Okay. So as you can see, the job description, the required skills, all of that matches. Okay. And once the skills have been mapped, the candidate scoring has been also given. This experience aligns well. So it kind of generates a summary of all of that experience and did a skill match score, experience match, and domain relevance, all of which are high. And the overall score is 85, which is not bad. And the next is it has given us an explanation that why did it think that this candidate was a really good fit for the role. Okay. This kind of enables a transparency between the agents and the human so that it doesn't go off track. And next, it has also analyzed his strength and gaps in his resume. It has after that, it has gone over to the decision layer. And since the score is well over 80, so it has scheduled an interview with Rahul Mehta. As you can see, it has done the tool call right over here. Send us a Slack message in the group so that our HR teams are notified at all times. And at last, it has sent over inviting interview email to the candidate and the HR for all of the interviews that will be scheduled further, right? So this is how the agent works. Let me quickly take you to the traces and show you how this looks in threads and all. Okay. So as you can see, these were the 4 tool calls that were made. Okay. And this was the output that we have received, right? And if I show you the Slack update in the HR team, so I have created like a test Slack channel where I test all of my agent communications, and I'm going to share that only. So just give me 1 second while it loads. Okay, I hope that my screen is visible. And as you can see that, let me zoom it out a bit so that you can see better. So this is the interview kit for Rahul Mehta. This is the candidate summary, the role that he applied for, his score breakdown, his strengths and gaps, his previous companies that he worked at, and the interview focus area since it is architecture and trade-offs. The agent has generated few of the suggestive interview questions that the interview team can ask this candidate, and also send the Google meeting so that the HR person from the group can join. Okay. And that's how it works with the agent. Along with that, let me also show you what would have happened if we had opted it from the form section or via the Gmail process, right? For that, let me quickly take you to the agent that I've built previously and take you to the trigger section, traces section. And okay, so as you can see that first we will take a look through the form one. So this one was the form, okay, and as you can see the raw data, once the new raw data has been detected, the agent got enabled and it quickly, did a tool call for Google Drive to perceive that file and break down that file and parse it. via tool parser, and after it parsed the resume, this were the output from our agent. So first it scored our resume. So I used my resume for this one. As you can see that these were the skills, strength and gaps, and all of that, red flag detection. And the score was 75, which is less than 80, which is why my resume was marked for review. And thirdly, like, it asked whether I would like to notify Aharna for an interview or not. Now that's a call totally up to the HR team. And yeah, that's about it, right? It did a few tool calls on the side, as you can see. And now if I show you how the agent worked via email when it received the job application from there. So once it received the job application, it deciphered the attachment right over here, got the file, passed it, the resume, and next the output was something like this. Let me scroll down a bit. Yeah, okay. So as you can see, I again used my own actual resume for this. Not actually this is a demo, a dummy resume. And here, as you can see, it has fetched quite a few details. Worked at XYZ. These were the job description that I applied for, and according to that, it scored my resume as well. Okay, ATS scoring. And once it calculated my skill math score, my experience math score, my overall score calculation, it also kind of explained the strength and gaps. It asked if okay, one sec. Yeah, so my overall score here was 90. So since it was 90, it sent the interview email, okay, proceeding to schedule an interview with Aharna, and it sent it over to my Gmail, all of the interview links, and these were some of the suggested interview questions, okay. So yeah, that's about it. It generated the interview kit as well, and in the Slack channel, if you would see, if I share, let me scroll up a bit. So as you can see, this was my candidate summary. Okay, all of this had been shared to the communication channels as well. So that's how your agent can really assist your recruiting team and make things easier for you. The great and the best fit candidates can easily be set up for interview calls in no time, while the things that really require human intervention and human supervision, okay, are marked for review or rejected. And yeah, and throughout the whole process, all of the scoring has also been particularly and explicitly mentioned in the agent instruction, so that there is no space for agent hallucination whatsoever. As you can see, if I just scroll down here, you'll be able to see how my agent has scored each of the resumes. So these were some weightage on the required skill, optional skill, and some bonuses. And if I scroll down further, you will be able to see that only when the score is above 80 will the candidate get an interview scheduled. Otherwise, it will be pending for human in the loop. Okay. So that's it for today. I hope that you had fun building this agent. And I hope that this agent can really, go to a production level and really can assist recruiting teams, so that it really fast tracks and boils down the whole 2-hour process on individual application to more of like a few minutes. Okay. And that's about it. If you have any doubts, any questions, feel free to ask in the chat section or in the comments, or let me know via my email, which is aharna@dronahq.com. And yeah, see you in the next one.